Amy and I have been chatting for the last 15 minutes about how we've been recording this podcast for we basically are veterans at this point, and yet we still do not know how to get our setup in order
Guys,
because of daylight savings time. And so now it's dark and we're recording. And
I know.
all our tech friends would be so proud of.
Yeah. I
Not
think Alex at 2020 Productions is rolling over. He's like, what are you doing?
how do you not know how to do this yet? We have so much to talk about today.
We do.
I want to start by saying a small win in my world is that I went to an appointment today for the dentist, and it was so uneventful, and it was so great to be going to an appointment that had nothing to do with anything. I didn't have to take my pants off. I just had to have my teeth cleaned. It was relaxing, no cavities. I was like, this is the life.
When your barometer is I didn't have to take my pants off,
Yes.
or I didn't have to have something shoved up my vagina,
Right.
then, I mean, our bar is so low.
Our bar is truly so low.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so that was great.
How are your teeth? They look beautiful, pearly whites.
They're great. So I
Great
didn't realize
teeth.
this, but thank you. I didn't know that pregnancy can affect your teeth. And I don't know if we ever talked about this, but I was going through Invisalign while pregnant, which probably is not a great idea because your teeth actually change while pregnant, or your gum health can be impacted by pregnancy hormones. And so I got really lucky in that I don't feel like there was much of a change, or the Invisalign still worked while pregnant. But yeah, this was my first official dentist appointment back since finishing Invisalign, since delivering. And yeah, they were like, everything looks great, which I was like, amazing.
Great.
Because I think I brush my teeth maybe twice a week if I remember to.
Oh my God.
Not really. I do take care of it, but I feel like that's the joke, right? Is that when you become a parent, you don't have time for personal hygiene.
Yeah. I did actually know about the teeth thing because my dentist and I have become very close, and she has known about my infertility journey and all the surgeries and whatnot, and we've checked in on those things. And she loves Nima because, well, I think for many reasons everyone loves Nima, but she's Persian, and so he, comes in and is all charming and says Persian things to her, like good day and all that. And they talk about their grandmas and, favorite foods and stuff. It's adorable. So every time I go in there, she always asks me about him, and I'm like, well, what about me? No, I'm just kidding. He's her favorite. He's her favorite. Anyway, aside from that.
I love it.
But so she's known all about it. So she's told me I have really weak teeth, and it's pretty much genetic, right? Yes, our habits can help with a lot of it, but I have very weak teeth, always have. And so she's had me come in for every 4 months.
Yeah.
To get checked because I've had some significant problems. I needed a root canal, and I needed I had a gum issue, which Katie remembers well.
Wait, a gum issue?
Oh, you don't remember it? Yeah.
No, that was bad.
Awful. And so I've been going in every 4 to 5 months to get checked.
Okay.
So my teeth have had my teeth are on lock.
They're perfect. So
No, they're definitely not perfect. They need a lot of help.
I just remember when I was thinking about getting Invisalign, and I didn't know that, I never had seen it on your teeth, but then you showed me, you were like, oh yeah, I never got the things removed from my teeth because they put these things on for Invisalign,
Mm-hmm.
And you hadn't had yours removed. You were like,
Yes,
oh yeah, no, not at that. It was Nima's birthday party at a brewery. And you were like, yeah, I finished Invisalign 6 months ago or a year ago, and I still haven't gotten the little things.
No. Oh, no.
I promise you.
No, I had to redo it.
Okay.
it. Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole, man, Invisalign's it's a racket. It works, but it's a racket because they did it, and then I got them off, and then your teeth settle a little bit, even with the retainer. But it doesn't fit exactly between the time that they take off the brackets and then they give you the retainer is 3 2 to 3 weeks and your teeth
Yes.
settle a little and you
Yeah.
use the last tray. But like my teeth settled a little bit and I had this like little gap in my front tooth and it really bothered me. And she was like, well, the only way to fix that is to move all of your teeth up to take that space. So they had to redo it.
When my retainer came, it
Yeah.
didn't it was a little bit loose, and so for the last 6 months, I've just been wearing, or I guess 5 months,
Yeah.
I've been wearing my final set of trays instead of the actual retainer because I keep trying to get into the dentist and then something happens and I can't make it over, and so finally I got in today and he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, this is not correct. We need to fix this." But like what you're saying is you put so much time and effort. By the way, this is now a dental podcast.
Yeah. Yep.
You put so
Yep.
much time and effort into Invisalign that it's like you want it to be perfect
I know.
because of, and yeah, I don't know. And then you like do this like, should I just be okay with it being like 95%? You're like, oh
You're
no,
like,
like I should
no,
really,
that
yeah.
gap in my front tooth, no. Like, what? Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm glad you got it fixed. My my IVF cycle was canceled last week
Right, because you're doing another egg retrieval.
because I'm doing another egg retrieval because I have coverage benefits, insurance benefits for it. And I've paid out of pocket for all of everything else we've done thus far. And now I finally have coverage and I want to use it.
Yeah.
And they're denying my coverage because I have embryos in frozen, because I have frozen embryos. That's what they're saying. They're saying you need to use your existing embryos before you should use your coverage. So I literally at the end of last week spent maybe, I think if I look on my phone, at least 4 hours combined between the insurance company and my clinic and in email writing between the two of them sharing information back and forth because it's just like that. When I think about that last week, because I was so
Yeah.
frustrated. Also, I was a week and a half into taking estrogen, so that might have been part of it.
Oh no. Oh
Oh
no.
no. I'm also so angry about that. Like I had to take all this it wasn't all this. It was just the estrogen, pill, like E2 pill or whatever. But
Well, and to be taking estrogen and to then have the cycle
that's
canceled
what I
is
mean. I
like,
was like, that is
yeah, like, are
mean.
you kidding? Yeah.
Like rubbing salt in the wound, okay?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to do it because like we're giving this like one big shot. That's, let's try it. But yeah, they canceled it because they couldn't confirm benefits and otherwise I would pay out of pocket. And I was like, you know what? Like, no, I'm not. Every other part of this, I've hit a roadblock and just bulldozed through it and found a way, whether it be money or time or energy or advocacy or what. But this one, I was like, no, like I have spent so much money on this. These are my benefits. I should be allowed to use them. And how dare you deny my medical necessity for IVF because I have embryos banked? You have no idea. Like, and I'm speaking to the insurance company. Like,
Yeah,
you
of
have no
course.
idea what my situation is. And like, I spoke to a whole bunch of people on their side, and they were like, well, you need to go through a peer-to-peer review for your doctor to talk to our medical director and provide extended reasoning, this and that. And they couldn't get their act together in time. And I was supposed to start it Friday. So nobody could get on the phone fast enough. And that also like was so frustrating because I'm like, well, I'm pulling out every stop here and you guys can't get on the phone fast enough. Like,
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
like have to like let go at that point because I can't force and I can't like walk down to the clinic and be like, here's the phone, like I have to, I'm at the mercy of the clinic and the insurance provider. And I was just so upset last week that they denied this. The other thing that really bothered me is like, how do you think like you're like, you don't know anything about my situation. So you're going to make me use my embryos. So then by the time I use them all, I'm like 40, 42, and I might not have any viable eggs left to get. So it's just like what I realized from their denial is they just blanket denial. That's just their automated reaction, is just to deny. And now I have to go through all these hoops to get somebody to pay attention and listen. And I need to take a big deep breath because it's making me so worked up.
It makes me think about It sucks. And it makes me think about how you have to become like, why do we have to become experts in everything? And also, like, why is there always a wild card or surprise? You know what I mean? Like, did you ever, when you started struggling to get pregnant again or started going through IVF, think I'm going to become an expert on Asherman syndrome and surrogacy and
No.
like, you know what I mean? Like it just becomes, and I
Yeah.
think people can resonate with that of like once you get a diagnosis or once you start going down a certain path, like I know nothing about donor eggs or
Yeah.
working with donor embryos or but if that becomes your diagnosis or that becomes like the path that you choose or the path that you need moving forward, you all of a sudden have to become the
Yeah.
most educated person in the room about that. And like you're having to do that with surrogacy right now, which I think is just
Yeah.
the amount of additional stress and pressure, which I don't even think, I don't know, maybe you're feeling it, but like it doesn't seem like it seems like you're like holding it together really well because you don't have time to have a breakdown about it. It's like you have to keep moving forward.
Oh my gosh, Katie, I was just thinking about this week because I am feeling more and more fragile, actually.
Hmm.
Like, I appreciate that it looks on the outside that I'm holding it together, but it feels like, um, it's not the straw that broke the camel's back exactly. Like the back isn't broken yet, but it feels like I'm starting to bend under that weight. And then the last thing that is making me crack a little bit is, and I'm like nervous to say this because I know she listens and I want her to know how much I love her and I'm happy and excited for her. But one of my very close friends is pregnant with her second. And I'm so happy for her, but at the same time, I am now feeling so sad. They're separate emotions, but they're at the same time. You know what I mean? I'm not sad for her, at her. It's not like they're together, but they're both like at the same time. Like it's that feeling that I had at Disneyland of like, will this ever be me? And then it's the feeling I have like, oh my God, how much time has passed? You know what I mean? Like enough time to have two babies, or like I have another friend who's like thinking about the third, and I'm like, wow, so much time has passed. It just puts it into perspective. Whew. And so I feel like, thanks for saying that I'm holding it together, but man, I'm starting to feel like not so together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
There's something so like what you're saying, complex and painful when a close friend announces their pregnancy, especially if like that pregnancy comes a little bit easier for them. Like I remember a couple of different friends announcing it was like, wow, in the time frame from when I started trying to you getting pregnant, like you've gotten married, started trying, got pregnant, and
oh my
had a
God.
baby, and I'm still trying. Like, and then for them to announce a second pregnancy, and it's like, how am I still in the same place? I picture it like a Monopoly board where it's just like you're just like in jail and like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
coming around. And it's like, how is it like happening? And yeah, I don't know. It just so there's something that is like so acutely painful about that first time. And then the second time, it's like it's a different kind of
Mm-hmm.
pain. Like when you like bump a bruise,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. It's like you kind of forgot it was there. Well, for
Mm-hmm.
me, it's that I have been genuinely so happy for the friends
Of
you,
course.
like goodness, I love your children and I love watching my people become that, fill that role, like step into that role. And so it's like on the surface, it's like, oh, that's not there. I don't have that. Like I don't have this um like I see on social like people kind of talking shit sometimes, like the memes and stuff about like people who get pregnant so easy and this and that. I just don't
Are
I
you
don't
talking about the memes that we make?
sometimes the memes that we make. No. Okay, I see, you know what I mean? It's not like this like jealousy feeling.
No,
It's
it's
not like
not.
that. The bruise analogy is a good one where it somehow activates something that you're reminded of how much you've gone through, or I'm like now acutely reminded of how much time has passed and like how much older I am and how much life has happened. You know how people talk a lot about like you can measure time in watching kids grow? It's exactly like that. Like I'm watching these kids in my life now be like 4 or 5 years old. And I remember when they were just like an idea and their parents were just starting, or like you said, like their parents were just getting married, and like now here they are. And like, you know, and just how sensitive that bruise can be, I think, from time to time, especially when I didn't expect that it was there.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think too, you want to go through these seasons together, you know?
Oh, Katie, it's heartbreaking.
When you have friends like your group of friends where you've grown up together and you guys have gone through so many seasons together, I think a lot of people can resonate with that feeling of like feeling left behind, you know, of like, well, you guys all now get to talk about this thing that you're doing together. And you want to be a part of it. And like, you want to just be doing it together with your friends. You're not only mourning like not getting pregnant, like you're mourning that it's like you're going ahead and I'm not. And so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's a fear of being left behind and like not being able to catch up. Like I think another thing that's just deep down in there is knowing that as like the kids get older, our lives change. And I see it with my friends who have older kids, or my family with, you know, where my nephews are older, even the little ones, frankly, they have so many activities, and like, you know, your friends become the school friends and the parents of the school kids. And like, are we missing that? And are we going to be lost? You know, like we may be being passed up, or what did you call it? Lapped, while we're in Monopoly jail, but are we also going to be left and like lost to it? And I think that it's an important call out, like that you're making. Like, I don't know how much we talk about it because it comes out like, oh, I'm jealous, and it's like too complex for that. That's not the right word for it. It is more like a grieving of what could have been. I think, and for me, having the pregnancy I did have and lost was before all of these now beautiful children were in the world. And so I can like, I'm also seeing them and like seeing, I can't help but think about like, is that like, that's what our kid would be like now at this age, you know, like benchmarking. So it's like grieving that, it's grieving your plans, it's grieving your time and your life and your money and your savings and your relationships, but also like being worried and nervous about being like the one who becomes lost to it all, you know? And I'll also say like, it is one of my saddest things to not have our kids at the same time too, Katie. And like,
well, that's why we're just gonna have lots. We're just
lots of kids. Well,
we're just gonna keep trying and trying until we
start making
eventually
some money. I don't know if we're gonna have any more money to spend on.
Because remember, Amy, once you have one, your infertility goes away. So you can just get pregnant. You can just pregnant whenever you want to.
I heard that somewhere. Yes. Then you stop caring, and the pressure's off, and then you'll just be a baby making machine. Yeah, I heard that somewhere.
Totally fine. I do want to say too, and I don't know, maybe this feels, I don't want this to feel like an empty, I don't want it to feel like a platitude, because it doesn't always like get better or work out the way that you want it to. And, you know, it's like the saying of like, it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. Like everything works out for a reason. And it's like, well, or maybe it doesn't, like maybe that's just not the case. But I do want to, I don't know, offer, I guess, like some optimism and hope for listeners, in that like, I don't think you're going to be lost. Like, I think when it happens, like you're going to find your place, and I don't think you're going to feel lost.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an emotional episode.
We didn't plan to cry this entire episode. But it feels it does feel fitting because I did want to talk to you today, or at least like touch on just the holidays coming up and like how, I don't know, like how
How are you doing?
we've been, how are you doing? Yeah. How is that going? I mean, this is my first holiday season as a mom, but before that, I had four years of holidays going through infertility or fertility treatments, and this is your fourth or fifth holiday season.
24th.
I think it's your fourth.
Fourth.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's anything that we have learned or can share with listeners, especially those who might be going through like their first or second year.
Yeah, such a good question. I think in the beginning years, it was very much like, so when are you guys having kids? You know, what's the plan? And those were uncomfortable because we weren't going like into like super detail and we didn't really know where we were at. And I'll say that holidays have gotten so much easier because now I think everyone's given up. Given up on us. In
No.
that they know how hard things are and have been.
Yes.
And they know kind of where we're at with things. And so like
Okay.
they've like accepted the reality, you know?
Yeah.
So I would say I have just a lot of empathy for people who are in the beginning or who have not shared or don't feel like they can, because I get that, like, to have to deal with those kinds of questions, and not just the questions, but like I think there are two things, right? Like the family and the friends and whatever who ask the questions, and it's like it's the common time to like, how's it going? What's happening? What's new? You know, like, tell me about your life. And then on the other hand, there's also just the fact of the matter that the holidays can be sensitive, because that's another one of those benchmarks. We envision ourselves at certain times of the year, certain moments, a certain way. And if that's not the reality, it can be hard to, I don't know, come to terms with it or understand your reality is different. And yeah, I don't know. I was doing retrievals during several holiday seasons.
Yeah, I feel like you have done, your
My
Novembers and Decembers have been.
I know. And this year I was like, man, do I really want to do that again? But I was okay with it because it was going to be over before Thanksgiving and I wasn't going to do another one until the new year if we had to. But yeah, my very, very first retrieval was over winter. I did my very first round of shots on New Year's Eve, and all of our friends did a shot. Laura, who's the medical professional, taught everyone, including myself and Nima.
They did a shot for you, not...
They injected a shot into my belly.
Yes, they did not give themselves shots. It was not everybody.
To clarify. All of the friends, it was a small
We're helping
little
Amy do her shot
party. Yeah. Everybody administered a shot.
Administered,
one of my
that's the word.
For me. So like when I wasn't doing retrievals and whatnot, just like, I feel like the only thing that helps for me is to do things that I like and enjoy and like have plans, frankly. So holiday plans, cozy plans.
Your holiday party in... was it 2024 or 2023? There were a couple that we went to, and it was always just like a really great distraction just to like get dressed up and to go out and to have a drink and have good food and music, and those I remember as always being like a highlight. I will say, I think reflecting back on our years, I appreciate that I for some reason I always took a lot of photos at the end of the year. I don't know why. I don't know if I was just feeling like moodiness or like I tended to take a lot of photos and a lot of videos, and I really am grateful for that, to be able to like look back at all of the years, especially now, and be like, oh, it did get better. And I think
that's
the reason I share that is because it's helped me build a perspective that I think will be helpful in other seasons of life that become hard, or other like grief experiences that I go through. is that like it does eventually change, even though it feels like it won't. And I think especially around the holidays and in the winter, it's cold, it's dark, everyone's like exhausted from the year. I think it can feel very heightened, this feeling of like nothing is ever going to change.
Yeah.
And now being in a position to say, like, actually, everything can change. And like, I was somebody who was like the complete other end of that equation of just like, my
Mm.
story is never going to change. Like it just feels permanent. Like, this feels like it's a never ending saga. Um, and then to see that it does change, and to see that for other people in the
Mm.
infertility community. I mean, we've had um Allie, who was on the podcast, she had her son this past summer, and
Yeah.
like watching that story unfold, and so it's helpful for me to like meditate on that, I
Mm.
guess. Of like, things can change. Like, however your circumstances feel right now, like try to find something that's joyful, even if it's like so small, like a Christmas movie, or
Yes. Yes.
baking cookies, or just having like a cozy night in, or, going and driving around and looking at Christmas lights, like anything. Or if you don't
Yeah.
celebrate Christmas, just like doing something that feels like cozy and festive, and I don't know, like something for you. I don't know if any of
Yeah.
that.
It does. It does. It does. Okay, two things that made me think of. One, when I lost my mom, which today is the anniversary of that, which I
Amy,
just realized, oh my God. I
Amy.
woke up in the middle of the night last night thinking about, oh, tomorrow is the day. And then for some reason I woke up today and didn't think about it until just now. But when I lost my mom, my friend Alex told me something at the time, which was nothing is permanent, everything is temporary. And it was in relation to how sad and upset and like, how much grieving I was doing at the time. And I will offer that along with your note about like, that's a mantra I think about a lot, is nothing is permanent, everything is temporary. And that can be, a happy thing. Like, it can mean that even good things are not permanent and we should be grateful for them and, enjoy them to the fullest. But it can also help. For me, it's helped immensely in times of sadness and darkness and grief. And it's something I repeat to myself even now, like going through this process and feeling like the feels that I've just shared today about, will this ever be me? Is like, nothing is permanent. Everything is temporary. So you can get through it. So I love that. The second thing you made me think of was the doing it for yourself and like, the cozy movie, making the cookies, like seeing the friends or the family, like doing the things that inspire you. I think you did a social post like, well, I'm not getting pregnant this summer anyway. So then it was like throw caution to the wind or something like that. You're
Yeah,
like, this
right.
is now the season of me, like the summer of
Yeah, I
Amy or
mean,
whatever. I feel like
yes.
I think that's like such a good mental hack of like, well, it's not going to happen right now anyway. So might as well lean into something else and
Well, and I think
trick
that goes,
ourselves.
trick yourself into joy. Yeah, I feel like we said that
We said
like
this
one
last
year.
year.
This is just a repeat of last year's episode.
Go listen to
Okay,
last year's episode about this, where we talk about almost exactly the same thing because it's the only thing that works for us.
yes, trick yourself into joy. Trick yourself into, well, okay, so it's like your retrieval isn't happening. And I think for people going through fertility treatments, the end of the year already feels like so, like, use up your benefits. Or, if you don't have benefits, like, even still, like, it's like you've got one more cycle left. Or if you're trying naturally, it's like, I have 1 or 2 more cycles left until the end of the year. And I think like what you're saying is you can have that energy, like if that's the energy that you want to have, and just like push through and keep fighting. Or you can also just be like, you know what? I'm not getting pregnant in 2025. And we're just going to like take 6 weeks off and do whatever, like go on
Yeah.
vacation or go to the holiday parties. Or this was the other thing that you made me think of. One of my favorite holiday seasons while going through infertility, Anthony was in one of his like fire academies. So he was
Mm.
gone all of the time. And so every single night in December, I watched an old holiday
Oh,
movie. I went through like all of the like Hallmark Channel, like as cheesy as like the
yeah.
cheesier the better.
Yeah.
And it felt so amazing to just like be alone in my apartment with our dog Gaia. I would, make soup or cookies. And I was so sad. I was so defeated and overwhelmed by everything that we were going through. And that was like those 2 hours were just for me. And it was like I could literally check out and like forget. Uh,
Feels like a big hug to those types of movies, or
yes.
whatever kind of movie, is
They're
your
so
comfort movie.
yes, they're
Yeah.
so I was thinking about how my comfort is.
Yeah,
You reminded me how my
that's why I said it, because I was like, oh, that's such a
you're
comfort,
like
comfort show. And I'm
be
like, well,
in,
Katie likes to watch The Walking Dead for comfort. And I'm like, okay,
be
everybody's different.
inclusive.
Everybody's different. Okay.
We all have our tastes.
But I want to say real quick, that's such a call out. Like, if you have the energy and it feels right to you, like I have certainly been through the holiday
Totally.
seasons where I have the energy and I'm like, nobody's stopping this girl. Like, I'm doing it. I don't care what you say. I'm doing it. It's going to be uncomfortable and I'm going to hate it, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't have to. I want people to also know you don't have to. Like, you can decide, no, I want to take this slow season. I want to have the freedom for my holiday, or I want a break. Like, you don't have to power through. And so I just want to reiterate those choices that you flagged, Katie. Like, if you're feeling like whatever feels true to you, and only you know that, and it's the right choice for you.
I would say the end of the year has always felt like the hardest moment of looking at myself in the mirror and having to release the expectation of having gotten pregnant that year or things having changed. And I think we talked about this last year in a similar episode where we talked about like reflect on the things that have changed too, because even if it feels like you're in the same place, you're not in the same place. Like, even if you're not you're not pregnant or you haven't
Yeah.
had a baby yet, or, whatever like the end looks like for you or that goal looks like for you, the needle has moved. It just maybe hasn't moved in the way that you wanted it to or as fast, but like you are making progress in some way. And I think celebrating, or maybe not celebrating, but like reflecting on that and celebrating your resilience and acknowledging your resilience and all of the things that you have been through in this past year is really important. And then the other thing that I wanted to share, which is kind of different than all of the things that we're saying, is it was also around this time of year. I think it was the first week of December when I got on antidepressants for the first time a few years ago. And that changed everything for me. Like, that was like my lowest low. And if you feel so overwhelmed and so sad, there's nothing wrong with you if you're like, I don't feel festive. I don't want to like do any of these things. Like, that's totally normal too, because this is such a hard journey. And so like if you do need additional support or help, or you just want to check out and be like, whatever, I'm not partaking in any of
True.
this. Like, I'm
That's a good choice
hibernating.
too.
Like, just reflect on like what you need. I think we forget to ask ourselves that while going through this of like, where am I at? Self check in. How am I feeling? Like, how am I really, really feeling? And what do I need right now? And the end of the year can be a good time to kind of reassess the mental and emotional toll that all of
Yeah.
this takes.
Yeah. That's so important to say out loud, is we all need a little help,
Mm-hmm.
and don't be afraid to get it. And we encourage that. Even the reflecting piece, like having help to even reflect.
Yeah.
I needed a lot of help to reflect on our journey and get to a place where surrogacy was an option, and where I felt like we had a path forward and could kind of relinquish the other expectations and vision. And so getting some other help in the room with you and somebody else on your team. You don't have to go it alone. And it's such a good flag too if you're not feeling well. There's support out there. You don't have to do this alone.
You don't have to do it alone. And it's so easy for us to be like, well, I'm getting through and
Yeah.
it's okay. Like, it's not. Like, it's really, really hard. And what this community goes through is like it's not okay. And I think it's important to hear that, like to remember that like what you're doing is not easy by any means. And like it is something to grieve. And yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah.
just want to say that.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, you don't have to just put on this strong, happy face. This,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to act like it's not a big deal because it's a huge deal.
Yeah. Man, this turned into a really emotional check-in. Um,
Uh, yeah.
yeah. Well, I think we're stronger than we think. And
I know we're stronger than we think.
we
I
need
think the
help.
problem is we think I think you're strong and I think everyone else is so strong.
Yeah.
And then I
And you're
look at
like, wait,
myself and
am I
I'm like,
strong?
pull it together. You
Yeah,
know
what do
what I
they
mean?
say? It's like you would never say those mean things to like your friend. Why are you saying them to
No.
yourself? And it's like so
Right.
true.
Yes.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what should we do from now to the holiday season?
Are you asking listeners or are you
I'm asking you, like,
asking?
how can we sort of wrap this maybe for like a
Well,
holiday?
yes.
We'll check in again
We'll
through.
check in again before the end of the year. We have a really exciting episode with my acupuncturist, and we have some great interviews coming in the new year. But Amy and I will do another check in before the end of year. What we're most excited about is some of our social things that we're going to be
Yeah.
doing because I don't know why I get so giddy about giveaways and like social media. I don't know. It's just like so fun.
Give the people some love.
Yes, give them some love, share
Yeah.
some of our
Everybody
favorite.
needs some love right now.
Everyone needs some love. And I think I'm a big brand person. Like I love finding like a really good brand. And so I'm excited to share some of these gifts. And so anyway, if you're not following us on social media, make sure you are because we're going to be doing some really fun things in the next few weeks. And maybe we wrap by, I don't know, share what's your favorite holiday movie? I don't know this about you.
Oh my gosh, what is my favorite holiday
Like,
movie?
is there one that you watch every year that
Well,
you and Nina
yeah, but it's
watch?
like now it's controversial.
Oh no.
I know. Mm, I don't know. I'm
Oh,
gonna get written off.
you're not going to get written off because everyone's probably feeling the same
No, but
exact
like
way
since COVID, we've been watching Harry Potter. We watched the whole series
because of
because
J.K.
of J.K.
Rowling, you mean?
Rowling.
Okay, yes, but also
I
it's
don't
still
know.
Harry Potter. It's still Harry
It's
Potter.
still
I
Harry
mean,
Potter. Yeah, it's just like I don't know. It really goes back, harps back to like being young and like things,
yeah.
cozy
Are
and
you
whatnot.
excited about Wicked? Amy loves Wicked.
Katie, do I have tickets for opening night? Yes, I
Of course
do.
you do.
I need to
Of
figure out
course
what
you
I'm gonna
do.
wear though. I don't have like a Wicked adjacent costume, but I do feel like I need to be festive-ish.
Yes, something.
I'm very excited. I'm going with the girls, the high school girls, and
Good.
a couple other friends. And these are my friends who we grew up singing in choir together. So we are like the ultimate
Hmm.
nerds. Like we were singing Wicked in our cars when we were 16,
I love it.
screaming to the top of our lungs, trying to harmonize and, reach
Yeah.
Adina Menzel's high
Range.
notes, which is now Cynthia Erivo's high notes. Ah, so incredible.
Hmm.
So yes, I am so excited for Wicked. That's my
Good.
holiday plan, just to watch
Good.
Wicked.
Love it.
I'm going to I'll share like something I'm excited for.
Mm.
And okay, everybody's different. So like again, whatever makes you feel good is good for you. But I always get a little melancholy over the holidays. I think it has a lot to do with like I think about my parents, I think about my age, I think about, the infertility journey. I I'm very sensitive. And one thing that I found is that if I don't have plans, then I feel like the seasons just pass me by and it's like another year and it feels really big and like weighty that like another season has passed and I've like sort of let that pass and I didn't meet the expectations that I had put out for myself. So one thing that helps is having plans, and over the Halloween spooky season that I was way too busy, but it really did help my mental health where like I was doing things that were holiday related. Like, we went to a scary hayride. We went to a pumpkin patch. We went to, I forget what else
You
we did.
embraced it all.
We
You
went
did
to Disneyland.
Disneyland.
Like we
Yeah.
did trick-or-treating for our
Hmm.
neighbors. Like I embraced it, right? And so like I find for me the mental hack is for me to like have things that make me feel like I've lived it up that season. And I didn't just like
Hmm.
let another season go by where I was waiting for something to happen and I was waiting for IVF to start, or I was waiting for results, or I was waiting to get pregnant. Like that to me feels like I'm wasting my life. And we're not. Like that in reality, those are all productive things and they're all important. And we've also talked about how like you have to push the ball forward for it to go anywhere. But
also your life is bigger
my
than.
life is bigger than that. And if I don't do things that are outside of that, especially during holidays, I end up feeling very like my life is just passing me by. And so for this holiday season, I've got like a girl holiday date. I've got Wicked. We've planned like a holiday musical like live performance
Cute.
that's happening that we're going to. Like I just talked to Nima. I was like, can we go to Candy Cane Lane, which is like a neighborhood that gets all zhuzhed up and lit up, and the neighbors really go all out with holiday decorations. I'm like trying to fill the cup
Hmm.
that way so that I
Yep.
feel like at the end of the season it wasn't just a big Amy waiting period, but it was like Amy living life period. So maybe that helps someone else, but that's my hack.
Well, and I think it's great putting things on the calendar too in advance, because at least for me, if I wait to determine like, how am I feeling today? Do I want to do something? I won't do anything. But if it's like, oh, I already RSVP'd to this holiday party, I already got the
Yeah.
gift for it, I might as well go. And then I go and I'm like, oh, that was a great time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really glad I did that. Yeah.
Oh, that's such
Love
a good
it.
hack too. Because I'm the same way. I'm
Love
like,
it.
I'm too tired. I won't go.
Yeah,
So
exactly. I'll
good.
just stay home.
So good.
Okay. Well, my holiday movies are Chevy Chase, Christmas Vacation, which I'm sure is
That's
probably
mine.
also controversial. I don't know. There's probably something.
No, same. I made Nemo
Yeah.
watch that and he was like, I don't get it. And I'm like,
Stop.
what? What do you mean you don't get it? Like, my whole family watched
I
this
feel like
movie.
Nemo would be like all about that movie.
He was
That's
like,
surprising to me.
This is like such dumb humor or whatever. I was like, I shouldn't say that out loud. He's going to get hate mail.
It's like sacrilegious.
No, but that's
Yeah.
such a good one. Yes. Top
Yeah,
10.
that and
Top
Elf.
5.
I feel like
Oh,
Elf is always, it's just a classic. I am most excited so I'm a big Thanksgiving Day parade person. I always love getting up early and watching the Thanksgiving Day parade. So very excited to do that with Lumi this year, even though it's not see.
She could see.
Sorry, she has vision. If you are a person, pediatrician, whoever that says like no screen time before, just ignore this. But we will be
turn it off.
I will be watching the Thanksgiving Day parade with her. I know Anthony, he says the same thing about like college football. He's like, it doesn't count. Like it's not counted towards screen time.
Count.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's so cute that you like that. I like having it on in the background, but I never got into it.
No, I like sit down and like watch every single act.
Really?
Yeah, I love it. I don't know why.
You even call them acts. It's so cute.
Yes, I do. Yes. And yeah, I think Anthony's working on Christmas this year. So that'll be interesting. This will be our first Firehouse Christmas.
Will you go to the Firehouse?
Yeah, like I'll go to the Firehouse on Christmas Day for dinner. Yeah.
That's cute. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, all the families come and like bring potluck dishes, and yeah, it should be. And then the firefighters always get a call, of course, during dinner, and then we're all just like waiting for them while the food gets cold.
Do you hang out and wait?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because usually, unless it's like a really big call, and we'll know. Yeah. They're usually back in like 20 minutes or so.
You see is it really obvious on the screen?
No, it's not. What's going on?
I don't know. My little baby hairs are going crazy.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm wearing a hat is, do you see this?
Oh my God, I do. You have the baby balding.
It's so bad. I mean, thank God I have bangs to like cover it, but I'm like, it's so bad.
It'll come back. It always comes back. It comes back.
Like, why? Like, why do we have to go through all of the
Are you
things?
losing your hair too? Like
Oh
the
my,
in
Amy, it's
clumps?
like, it's just constant. And
Yeah.
it's so depressing because I didn't lose any during pregnancy and it got like really thick. And now it's just like everywhere. Like there are
Yeah.
just like clumps of hair. It's
Yeah.
so bad.
Are you taking like prenatals again?
I
Anything?
started taking them again. Yeah.
Yeah. That's supposed
Did
to
you get
help.
your box, by the way? Wait, hold on. Before we should
No.
wrap this. Okay.
Um,
So
yes. Okay.
anyway,
What's your favorite holiday cookie?
ooh,
One of
I
my
like
favorite.
sugar
Yeah.
cookies.
A
I
classic
don't know,
sugar
like
cookie.
a classic sugar cookie,
Okay.
maybe a snickerdoodle with like coffee. I'm a
Ooh.
cinnamon roll person.
Yeah.
That's like my big holiday thing is like having a cinnamon roll on Christmas morning.
Do you make them? Do you buy
My
them?
aunt, one of my aunts makes like, or no, she does coffee cake. She does homemade coffee cake. And then I have made them in the past and then I've also like bought them. I feel like we have so many good bakeries that
Can
it's just like
we
easier.
do a
What?
fried eggs holiday recipe exchange? Oh my God, I would love it.
Wait, I love that
I
idea.
love it so much. I always have
Okay.
big plans for how much I'm going to cook and bake throughout the
Oh
holiday
yeah.
season. And I always, since I was young, would overextend
Always.
and then be disappointed that I didn't do all of the things. But I'm going to do a couple. I've gotten
Good.
better. Last year, I was much better about being realistic. And this year, I'm going to try to
Are
keep that
you
going.
doing a holiday party? Because if you do a holiday party, you should have everyone bake something and bring it.
Wait, that's such a good idea. I am doing a holiday party. We need to figure out the date.
Okay.
You.
Yeah, I know. I'm the
Can
problem.
Anthony switch his day?
It's not Anthony, it's me. It's my work
Shoot,
holiday
it's your
party.
party.
I'm the problem. Okay, we are gonna wrap.
Well, I
So,
love this conversation.
me too.
This was
Yeah.
nice.
Love you.
I
Love
love
all our
you.
listeners.
Yeah.
And you're doing great.
You're
And
doing
take
great.
care of yourself in the next couple of weeks. Because it might be hard. And that's okay. It's okay to feel all the feelings.
Feel all the feels. But know that you're not alone.
You're not alone. Come join
Yeah.
us on social media. We'll give you lots of
Yes.
goodies.
We'll give you lots of laughs. We'll make our
And lots
content
of
extra
laughs.
laughy.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna do like
Yeah. Just like unhinged this season.
unhinged.
Yeah.
I think it's just gonna be like unhinged Christmas content for the rest of the year.
The theme. It's just purely unhinged.
That's the vibe. I love it. I love it. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Love
Talk to you
you.
next time.
Bye.
Bye.